Welcome, Ross Clyde. Oh shit, I don't have the dreads no more. I cut them. So I can't start with the accent. So I'm gonna name this one Dreads or Do-Rags. What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling? This is another edition of Tell It How It Is, no filter. I am your humble host, Voice of Reason NF. No one's hitting me up about the cup thing. Like, y'all think it's a joke, y'all just don't care. It's all right, I'm not in my feelings about it. If you don't want to partake, it's all right. But I'm serious. If you ever guess what's in this, if you ever guess what's in here, I will promote you for a day on my story and newsfeed. Whatever you got to sell, whatever you pushing, I got you. But you gotta at least take a guess. Maybe I give you 3 guesses. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'll let y'all ponder on that. How's everybody doing? This is episode 183, by the way. Believe it or not, it was a quiet week. I mean, I won't say over the whole world, but I don't have the current events to carry. Oh, let's mention the big one to everyone. Queen Elizabeth II dies. What was she, like 96? The funny thing, I saw a post, and internet is undefeated, by the way. Undefeated. So I seen a post with Queen Elizabeth on one side and Betty White on the other. She was 99. What are you trying to say? You know what I mean? Like all that fame and glory, all of that. Yeah. Queen Elizabeth was well off. You know what I mean? Betty White had to grind at some point, right? She just wasn't well off the rip, and she surpassed in age. That was just, I guess, I took that from that. The internet is undefeated, though, I'll tell you that. No, but also, all jokes aside, she's passed on. It was a big thing in the news. That part of the country definitely is feeling it. That shit was crazy. I don't think you can even go to that. You know who you gotta be to go to that funeral? Whatever they did, however they did her, sent her off. That's just, yeah. So I had to mention it was someone of importance. She's touched a lot of lives. It's hard for me to sound authentic and genuine because I can't tell you what she's done for me. She hasn't done anything for me. But that doesn't take away from the fact of her importance to everybody else. See, that's the thing with the world. Even if someone doesn't directly affect you in a negative or positive way, does not take away from the fact that they've affected a lot of people, because there's a lot of us in this world living. I didn't do a count as of recent. You can Google that for your own common knowledge if you choose to. There's a lot of people in this entire thing we call the world, the earth. So just because someone doesn't reach you doesn't mean that their impact wasn't tremendous. So I mentioned her to mention that. Sleep in paradise. I didn't get the guy's name. There was a second post, but the first story came out that Sauce Walker kills a man who attempted to rob him. So this is the story he gives police and everyone, that, it was an attempted robbery. So as a result, he defended himself and the man died. I don't know if that was gunshots or knife. I didn't really go deep in. But then I saw another post countering it, saying that they would just had a exchange, meaning argument, whatever. And because Sauce Walker is famous and has the leverage, and people can try to rob celebrities and have in the past, that he can just get into an altercation with someone, kill them, and then use the whole robbery tactic in his defense. So, was I there? No. The person who said that or posted that, were they there? Probably not. So, can you really, I don't want to sound like I'm siding with anyone. I'm neutral, voice of reason, remember? But if he did lie, and just because of an altercation, wilded out like that, I mean, what you expect him to do? Be honest and come clean? Who would want to purposely go away? Unless you're, what was that, G-Dep? Yeah, that was G Dep that did that, right? Like he was 20 years past and some shit. Then he come and confess a murder. And we could joke about that, but really, listen, your demons and your conscious, all that shit play a role, son. So a lot of people could ignore shit like that and, really do underhanded shit and be on with their life like nothing. And then there's somewhere it really eat at you, depending on the severity of things. So, yeah, we could clown G Dep. In hindsight, it seems ridiculous. Why the fuck would you? But you don't know the demons he was facing and what he was going through. A lot would charge it to drugs or, drugs and everything that he was experimenting with that, forced him or made him or pushed him, as they say. But I don't want to get too off topic. The thing is, as a celebrity, when you get into altercations, I don't know if the spotlight is on even more for you to have to be on defense and really like defend yourself. But my thing is, where was the bodyguards? He's not walking around with bodyguards. I don't know if that was just that one time or one particular hour where he wasn't, or is that a thing he doesn't walk with them? I'm all for the bodyguards though, because it kind of is like a third party, so there's nothing misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? So if you really got it like that, you should be accompanied by at least one bodyguard. You know what I mean? That's just my advice. You don't have to. I heard from someone, acquaintance, that Carmelo doesn't go around with any security. And to me, that's crazy. At his level, but you can't tell people how to move. They feel comfortable in their skin. They think they can still move such and such. So obviously it's not a brand new thing, and Melo's no 20-year-old young buck. So if that's the way he's been moving since he came into the league, then by all means. But again, take it how you take it. If you have money, you're a celebrity, you have status. I'm not just talking about the blue check on Instagram. I'm talking about if you're really someone, that's a someone. And let me shout out my people who aren't celebrities. You still are someone. I just mean at this level that you need security, at least one bodyguard at all times when roaming the streets. So rest in peace still to the, like I said, I had the info. I don't got the guy's name. The attacker of Sauce Walker, allegedly. I'm still going to say rest in peace in one hand, in case it was just a disagreement or altercation where he had to end up dying. I'm going to still say rest in peace. If it's true that he tried to rob him, still rest in peace, because damn, you died over a chain or whatever you was trying to rob, if that story's true. And none of us will know what actually happened. Will we ever get the truth? Probably not. Sorry, I don't want to turn this to a race thing. Sometimes I go there. Do you really think the cops really care what the story is? If that's the first story told and it sounds, good enough, open, shut, move on. So it's probably going to stay there regardless of what the real story was. You feel me? So just let that go. But, again, Sauce Walker, get a bodyguard. Because God forbid, the boy who cried wolf and all of that, God forbid, I'm not wishing it on you. If another joint pop off, you could be all the way in the right. Like, it could really, God forbid, really happen again. And if, you feel you really was honest in this time too. But no, it don't matter how many times you tell the truth, how many times you tell a lie. If things start to happen multiple and it starts to draw attention, you're going to bring the cops either way. So just get you a bodyguard, bro. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I ain't even eating, bugging out. Anyway, I guess I'm going to say the juiciest for last if you consider it juicy. Anyway, NFL begins. Yes. Woo! The season has begun. What I will leak that I do know so far. The Bills smoked the champs. Sorry, Rams. Sorry. That defense. Yo, that defense is real. Buffalo is real. They wasn't too far from getting to the Super Bowl last time. We cannot sleep on the potential of the Bills. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to them. I'm not a Bills fan. I'm just stating facts. Them boys ball. So, the Bills smoked the champs, leaving the Rams 0-1. and the Bills 1-0. Only thing else I got for you is the Giants had a hell of a comeback on the Titans. Of course, the Jets lost to the Ravens. They were saying Lamar Jackson was looking nice, but it's early. Let's not get too crazy. All right, so NFL is here, fellas. You're going to be locked in. My Sunday cats, Monday cats, I know y'all don't want to work those days because y'all want to lock in. You know what I'm saying? This is a good time to have Sunday, Monday off as your days off for all my 9-to-5ers. I think it'd be all right if you have the weekends off because Monday is Monday night, of course, and if you work like a 9-to-5, you can still catch that game. It's all about the turn up because you probably got to work the next day, but you still could probably have a few cold ones. But in any event, welcome back, football. Yankees, briefly, gotta get them love. Gotta get them love. Clap it up. They have been terrible. Fuck that. First place or not in their division. They have been terrible over the past month or so. I like what I saw in the last few games. Now, they should have swept the Twins. I think they gave the Twins one. But the Tampa Rays are in their division, fighting just as much. And to set a tone for your division, I respect that. Let's not get too hyped. There's plenty more work to be done. But I like that message that was sent because you got to take care of the division. You feel me? But they was first overall, but I ain't going to get into all of that. But good job. Keep grinding. Let's go Yanks. And the juicy closer of sorry. Pull it back. Seriously, we never could forget. I'm always going to take a second for it. 9/11. 21 years now. All the lives lost. That tragedy. That was close to home. Even if it wasn't, you still should have felt that. You know what I mean? For me, it was really close to home. So I never could remember my exact moves that day. I know I had to work. Did I make it to work? I'm not sure. I didn't work in the vicinity of this tragedy, but I'm sure I had to commute through or somewhat by there. So I always take a moment because I know those families still feel it. You can't really tell someone when to get over something or calculate when they'll get over something, especially when the date rolls around. So again, even though I'm talking, this is supposed to be a moment of silence for all those who have lost lives, lost loved ones on that day. All right. Need a sip for that one. Damn, I'm old. Because when that popped off, I was already 20-something. Almost 20? Yeah, I was in my 20s. Fuck. All right. For what reason, I don't know what triggered him. Ray J. So he's on his social media exposing a contract, yes, for the sex tape with him and Kim. He blames her and her mother, Kris Jenner, claims that Kris Jenner set this whole thing up to put out there, to get shit rolling for Kim. Again, it's just like the Sauce Walker story to me. It's like, if you weren't there, I can make a assumption. I can make a how do I see it. I see it as, I can't really say it's impossible, yo. I can't really say he's bugging. He could be, in fact, telling the entire truth. Sorry, Kim. Sorry, Kris. I don't know none of yous. But what I do know, and it's not even like Ray J's the most trustworthy either. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust none of you motherfuckers. But I don't know, like he's showing the signatures like, okay, so maybe it don't look like his and it looks similar to hers. But I don't know how none of them really right. how we gonna really look? And they have specialists for that, because when I watch the forensic files and all of that, they do have handwriting specialists that can tell the tone and the they can really break down signatures and writing. But none of us is that. Unless you do that, then I need you to go look at that and tell me what you think. But none of us is fucking experts in it. So just because it looks similar or whatever, who the fuck really cares, honestly? But I get it if you really feeling burnt about how you were looked, because I'm to the assumption that when it dropped, Ray J got the bad end of the stick with that. Like, oh my God, you put that out there. It's different from the Mimi Nico shit, you feel me? But I ain't gonna go there with that. That was just like a haymaker. But and don't front, guys. We not a big Mimi. I don't know if you were before or after. We weren't a big Mimi Faust fan, loving hip hop. You may not even know who I'm talking about if it went over your head. But let's not cap like that was not a decent joint though. Might be a little better than the Kim K Ray J joint. As far as celebrities go, I might give Nico and Mimi that edge. Word. And don't act like y'all ain't see none of these. Stop the cap. Stop acting like you ain't see them shits. Cut it out. Just like when I tell people about the Eve and Stevie J joint with the dildo. Let's stop acting like we ain't see that. That was surprising, man. That was some shit. Stevie J's a creep. I don't care what anybody says. When I say that, I'm not trying to bash him and his family and whoever to embarrass him. I just meant that in a way, whenever I see him, his facial expressions are creep. It spells creep to me. What he really is, I don't know. This is not to slander his name. I don't do that for no reason or for clout or none of that. I ain't got no fucking clout. I ain't no blue check. So I can talk more shit. It's better to be here. It's better to be here, because if I'm bigger, I get my blue check, I get my celebrity status. Now they're going to try to tell me what to say, what I can't say, and watch it. So this is the best place to be, so I could talk that jazz, you feel me? But again, I don't got nothing against him specifically. I don't know him. But I'm telling you, every time I see him somewhere, it's creep vibes for me. Anyway, Eve, the dildo, right? You got Ashanti. And fucking Herb did enough of that, so I'm really not going to go there at all. I'm not going there. But there's celebrities that's been in that light, you feel me? So, if this is true, shame on you, Kim K and Kris Jenner. You get Donkey of the Day. Yes, I'm still in that for a second. You get Donkey of the Day for that, because what we doing here? It's all right. People are actually over that. I don't think she may still get judged for that. Ray J may still get judged in a bad light for that. But whatever, y'all chose y'all bed. You know what I mean? So just eat it, and that's that. I don't know if you still can access it, because things get taken off the net. Even though, if you steal it or, screenshot, screen record, it's never really gone. So you could try to take shit away, but it still be there. So that was it for that, because that was crazy. Yeah. To bring that back now? Wow. All right. Oh, shit. I skipped that. I was supposed to be last. I got some more things. My bad. California man beheads ex-girl in the street with a sword. Okay, so hold the fuck up. So this is like Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon type shit? What the fuck? Beheads her with a sword? What kind of passionate crime is that? Yo, listen, check it out. All of this shit it's too much for Voice of Reason. It's too much for me. Because there's always more than one side of the story. There's nothing that I'm going to talk for the people. I'm going to talk like how the majority would talk. There is nothing this woman could have done. I'm going to challenge it though, right? There is nothing this woman could have done to deserve to be beheaded with a sword. Nothing. And then anything a man does harmful to a woman, he's automatically wrong off the rip. But this, I kind of, in a psychotic way, get that, because the minor things we do, the little thing, if we just slap a woman or push her, I'm not condoning this. It's not what I'm telling you to do. Don't try to twist this. This is not what I'm saying to do. We should never use violence or put our hands on women. We should never, even if we have in the past, God forbid. I hope you caught that lesson. Nowhere am I advocating that. What I'm saying to you is merely that he felt he lost it, right? And even if he didn't behead her, any harm he would have brought to her would have been just as bad. And that's like silly to say because she shouldn't have died. He shouldn't have went to that extreme. I'm trying to get inside his head for a second and I really can't. But he said, fuck it. Fuck it. Something snapped. Mental health, y'all. Mental health. What was going on with him? Who knows? I don't have much more. It was rumored that the police were there or within range or vicinity. So I'm guessing he's apprehended. I hope she don't have kids. If she did, I pray for the kids. You know, I pray for all her loved ones. I don't know what she did. Again, I can't. Y'all making my job too hard here, man. Like that. How the fuck do I unpack that? Like you can't say, I can't sit here and say she deserved it. But then I can't sit here and say he was mentally stable. We're not gonna use that to justify it or say he should get off or just go to a psychiatric ward for a couple months and be free. I'm not saying that, but you gotta ask, what the fuck? Because somebody plays a part. All of this whole innocent bystander shit, that's if a motherfucker's walking down the street and shots just hit him or a car just hit him. That's innocent bystander. Not somebody dying from a violent crime, especially if it's passionate, between a couple of some sort. That means that person did something. Did they do what they, where the repercussion is what they deserve? No, but such is life. Is life not like that? Are there people not in jail right now with excessive sentences for shit that maybe it should have been a lighter sentence or not even in that motherfucker at all? So let's not act like, shit hasn't been unbalanced for the longest. So it's not like I can't really call it like, yeah, it's crazy. A sword, bro? A sword, bro? Yeah, that shit is crazy, but I don't know what the fuck was going on. Do we got any story from an actual source about it? She ain't deserve it, of course not. Especially if she had kids. He don't deserve it. But he gonna feel like he don't deserve whatever he was going through before he did that. Now he should be punished. No matter what. Absolutely. He should be in jail. No doubt about that. But gotta check him out too. Check him out. You could get an actual explanation for shit. But the sword shit is what threw me. I was like, what the fuck? This is definitely some 300 shit. This nigga was watching all them shits. It's like you can watch the movies and the shows, right? But to actually, you know what it actually takes to behead someone? Like instinct, like right there. Like you could do it, but you gotta be a different type of out of here with it. You feel me? Like, do y'all agree or not? Do you think you can build up enough to just like that shit gotta be some adrenaline, some shit's not right, yo. It's just not right. It's a good drink. Nobody's gonna take a guess. Who's gonna be the first brave one? Who's gonna be the first brave one to make an attempt on what I have in this cup? And from the first episode that I started talking this, you can still go back. It doesn't matter which episode, as long as you was right about that said episode. Take a second on that. Somebody take a chance. I'll shout you out just for trying. Do I have to shout you out for trying? Oh no, nobody gonna try, right? I gotta say I'll pay you, right? I'll cash app you $20 if you guess. I'll cash app you $20 if you guess, $50 if you get it right. That ain't no money, right? Everybody out here holding, right? Well, what's $20? You know what I'm saying? I'm joking. I'm being stupid. My last, Manu Ginobili for my basketball heads. Manu Ginobili officially a Hall of Famer. Clap it up for him. The Spurs got on my whole damn nerves, but they do have a big impact in NBA history. He has 4 rings with them. They was like a force to be reckoned with. The Twin Towers, Duncan and Robinson, Parker, or Bruce Bowen. He was bum, but he did his thing. But Manu deserved it. He was involved in all 4 rings. He was drafted in '99, 2-time All-Star, and busting ass overseas. So I had to shout him. Good shit, well deserved. And that's that with that. Go Manu. I liked him. Boy was alright though. I ain't gonna hold you. He ain't average too crazy. I think his career average is like 13 to 15 points, but it came at times that was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I had to shout him, and I'm actually done with my current events. Y'all ain't give me enough this week. Or did I just ignore some people's stuff? All right, so fellas that are dating, first date vibes. Since I got not too many, y'all can really dissect this. First date vibes. What we doing? Are you attempting to kiss on that first date? By the end of it, you know what strategy I used to have? And you can't really have a strategy because everybody's different. And they're going to tell you because of the difference between people these days, you have to use vibes and vibes only. So even for my next part of this discussion, we're going to say that as well. So I kind of just spoke for both. But we're going to dissect this a little more because, you know, in life, you know, short, take chances, go for your gut. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're big on that, right? So I used to say, if you're on a first date, the vibe could be so good that that kiss can come almost at any time, not within the first hour. I just mean, like, isn't that more comfortable if you can get it? Fellas, for real. I'm not saying to force your way to it, but I can recall dates where mid-date, 3/4 of the way, that happened. You know what I'm saying? So, and that makes it better because if you wait to the end of the date, now you're putting pressure of how's that going to go. And it kind of puts both parties on blast or on edge a little bit. Maybe that's the traditional way, especially, you know how it was. You know, you pick the lady up, you drop her back home. I had a great time. Call me, yada, yada, yada. Good night. Mwah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was how it went at some point in life. But again, with today being so sporadic, you can't really call. That's not like set in stone. You feel me? But fellas, this is where you have to do your homework. You have to be paying full attention, locked and loaded on this date. Read everything about the signs, about how it's going. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Alpha Male Strategies. I'm starting to watch him more than Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit still dope. Shout those guys. But I gotta say, there's indicators. You know what I'm saying? If you're on a first date and the girl's or the woman, I'm sorry, is in her phone, I wouldn't try to kiss. You're not really vibing right. You feel me? Oh, then you can play devil's advocate. Maybe she don't really care. She's just trying to get to the end of the night because she has an agenda. Maybe she just wants us to go all of the way and that's all she wants. So all of this like courting and doing the steps of a gentleman when you really go on a date with a young lady that you possibly potentially taking serious, which we don't really know intentions anymore, especially on a first date. So, but on the surface of things, if you're on a first date, she's in her phone. I'm giving you the bad signs where you shouldn't try to kiss. She's on the phone, little to no eye contact, no interchange physically. Like she never, and this doesn't mean, you know, women could jump in and attack me and go, that doesn't solidify, you know, whatever. I'm going off of what I think. Let's go back. I may have to jump back and forth with the do's and don't. I mean, the goods and the bads. So again, on the phone, texting or whatever. I don't mean on the call. Like come on, that's crazy. Texting, social media, excessively. Little to no eye contact. I don't think like she has to. I put this at the lower. She doesn't have to touch you at all during the date. I just meant like, you know, if you're telling a joke, you're being a little funny or whatever, depending on how y'all seated on the date. Now, it's another one. It's good. So when you're on a date, right, first date, and y'all at like a restaurant, let's say that's the first date. I really had a big talk and big debate over first dates, where you should go. I'll probably throw that in here since I only have like one other subject to get to. How are you seated? If you're seated across from each other, facing each other, the touch isn't. She could touch your leg under the table, you feel me? I mean, she may not be that aggressive with physical interaction, but I'm just saying, I'll leave that for the good side. So anyway, all I got so far on the bad end, where you should not attempt the first kiss, is, again, phone, little to no eye contact, or real dramatic stories of uncomfortability with men, which I don't really think they should be going there on a first date, but maybe they won't go deep. But if they mention anything about bad experiences, anything, you may want to hold off as well. On the good tip, full eye contact, and not just looking at you like, blank. I meant looking at you with some sense of interest. Like, she might be a little chuckly, smiley, looking away shy, or, really giving you. They know, like, women are the dangerous creatures in the world. You know they could give you that look, right? Where you like, yeah. And they could be so mentally challenging with that because the look could mean you gonna get it when I say so. That may not be tonight, but don't fuck it up. You feel me? That look don't gotta mean the first date, but it's a good look. You better take it. That's a good look. And that doesn't mean it won't go down that night. It's just probably not initially set. Or, you know what? I don't care how voice of reason I am. I can't even talk like I fucking could really tell you. Like, cause they know, when y'all get to that restaurant, y'all sit down, before y'all even get menus, they know. It's just you could fuck it up. So anyway, those are the goods, right? So now, I didn't really survey this as far as I wanted to. So I'm going to say, based on the one reference I have for the older women, and I'll make my own assessment on the younger women. The younger women, it's harder to tell, but it may actually pay off to be more aggressive with the younger girls. When I say that, I'm talking about my fellas that's like mid-20s, 25 up. I'll say 25 to 35, pay attention even more and just go off of vibes. But the thing is, it's a fast world, so you don't want to be too gingerly, too gentleman-like, where you don't make that attempt and that throws the girl off because she probably with the smoke. So the 25 to 35, y'all may have it a little more difficult in determining whether you should or shouldn't. That's why I want you to pay more attention. 35 to 45, well, let's just say 35 and up. The one reference I have is they want to know. So they want that kiss to know if you can kiss, fellas. Some women are passionate about kissing, like it's important to them. And if it is, and that could be in the younger crowd too, that they might want to. But I think they're going to put you in a position where you should. Like, it's not going to be awkward where you got to force it. If they're of that type where they want that kiss on the first date, they're going to give you a window. It might be small. But pay attention, man. Just pay attention. And when I say first, kiss on the first date, I don't think we're talking the whole French kiss, wow, like you about to, unless you about to, because, you just give like that little peck or whatever. Maybe it could be an extended peck. Don't just shove your tongue down her throat, fellas. I mean, unless, Now, once you go for this kiss, this is what I'm saying. Pay attention. Once you go for this kiss, right, you'll know. Because do I have to really explain this like we're 5? If you go for the kiss and she already opens her mouth, I hate to get graphic. I don't have kid viewers, I don't think. Now you can do the whole song and dance with the kiss. But if you go to kiss and them lips is closed, you take your peck, maybe 2, you stay there for a second or longer, maybe something happens, maybe it don't. Bottom line is, if you're successful, you take it as that. Now, I dug so deep, I forgot what was the other shit I was going to throw in there, but let's see if it comes back to me when I go to the second part. So second part, and I don't have an age range for this. Lady you take out on a date, young lady, grown woman, invites you back to her crib after said dinner date or lounge or whatever y'all did, right? So she invites you to her crib on the first date, off the rip, aggressively. Want to come back to my place? Fellas, you in there? Or are you really? 99.9 I say you're in there. The thing is, there's still ways you could fuck it up. There's still testing, mental testing. I feel like if I was my man Alpha Male Strategies, he would try to change that whole dynamic. Like, no, come back to my place. Because, fellas, if it's at your place, but I'm going to still go back to that narrative. But if they invite you to their place and you invite them, say, no, come to my place, you control the atmosphere a little more. Or at least it allows you to be more comfortable. Because if shit go left, God forbid, I don't want to talk negative. If it goes left, you're home. But if it goes left and you're not home, that's a little more uncomfortable, ain't it? So I do agree that you should try to shift it back to your crib, fellas. It sets you up, you know, you're more comfortable. But I don't know, for whatever reason, can we throw scenarios? Maybe you don't know how her crib look, but she obviously feel comfortable enough to invite you there. But I don't know, if your crib is not so hot, or you have roommates, or you live at home, maybe this will be enticing for you to go to their crib, you feel me? So, I don't know. I feel like I agree that you should just always try to shift it back to your place. So if the lady invites you, young lady, grown woman, you have to still pay attention to vibes. You have to still see what the setting is at the crib. I don't expect her to invite you to her crib and she got kids running around when you walk in there. That's crazy. If she has roommates, that's not the worst. I'm thinking she has a strategy with it where she's done this before. They're either going to sleep or... That's not a big bother. The kids thing is crazy. If they're still home with parents, it's crazy. But maybe, again, she's done this. So that's the whole thing. If a woman invites you back, you're not the first. Don't feel special. One, do not feel special. They may not do it every day, but that's not the first time. That's cap. I'm going to just say that. I don't think that you're not first. Unless they just moved on their own last month. So, you get there. The question I have for you is that automatic sex. How can you ruin it? Timing, everything. So you get in this house, right? And I'm like, sorry. I very rarely throw personal experience in there, but I'm gonna throw one for the masses. I'm gonna throw one. Boom. We're gonna fast forward this. I'm just going to end that part with, if you go back to the crib, pay attention to vibes, flow smoothly. Especially if there's no time on your side of things where you got to be somewhere or, you got shit to do. If you got time, you stretch this shit. You don't just get in her crib, to me, unless something she does signifies go now. Again, paying attention, right? It could pop off as soon as y'all land. Feel me? But don't rush it. Let her, if she wants to entertain, let her entertain. Turn on TV, lights. She has some wine or some shit to drink. Vibe out. Watch a movie. I can't really tell you to get through that whole movie no matter how short the movie is, but you start the movie at least. Feel me? Start the movie. Chill out. Vibes, y'all probably get the rubbing and touching a little during the movie. And you guys know what to fucking do, man. But I'm going to tell you how you can ruin it. Let me go personal. So I'm not going to tell you when, where, who, how. Same shit. Date. Thought it went well. Great vibes. Dope vibes. I got invited back. I go back. Yeah, I'm not even giving full details. We're going straight to it. I go back. Young lady doesn't even do the couch, watch TV thing. Straight to the bedroom, straight to her night clothes. Tells me that I can't lay in her bed, which makes sense with my clothes I wore in the street. So now I'm forced into undergarments. So I'm in undergarments, she's in her nightwear. In the bed. I should have a success story, right? This is a closed deal, open and shut case, correct? Wrong. I criticize and I'm voicing reason, so you tell me what you see wrong with this picture. In the bed, I still gave it a second. We're not going to act thirsty like we never laid in a bed with a female. We're not going to act like we didn't have sex for 2 years. So we can play cordial for a second. I can't tell you how much time I let pass. Not very long. But I didn't dive in right away. When I did, I was declined, told to stop, told to chill. It is not like that. These are not the exact terms, but bottom line, you get it. It was a success failed. Success failed. Meaning, to get into that position, all men want that position if what they're looking for is sex. You want it. You wish a woman just says, come to my crib, straight to my bed, take your shit off. The setup is no better. It's like an alley. Can you dunk? And even if you can't, you should be able to grab it and lay it up. That should be failed. This is why I tell you guys to tell them to come to your crib. Because now, how the fuck uncomfortable is that now? I'm supposed to chill here after that? Let me take a sip while y'all ponder. I'm supposed to chill after that? So I left. Mind you, all I will give you on specifics is at the time I didn't drive and I was at least 40 miles from my house. Minimum. Could be more. Anyway, we're going to leave that there. Let y'all ponder on that. So, definitely try to get it to your house, fellas. But if you do go to her house, be aware that if it goes left, it's very uncomfortable after it goes left. But you can avoid all that, which you can still wind up losing in the end. Because if you go and you be too nice to not try, you don't try at all, or you keep it real PG, that might turn them off because they might have invited you there for a specific reason. And I'm sorry to say, very few to none women are going to just tell you straight out, I'm inviting you back to fuck. It could be chill vibes, but pay attention to the vibes. No way that if she rubs you or initiates physical contact first, is that just a chill for the night vibe. And you know what? The game is so dirty, it could be. And that's so crazy to me. But you got to just feel the vibes, guys. Like, I can't really tell you an answer. And, you know, you might could find other YouTubers that can tell you, this is how it goes. This is what it is. It's bullshit because it's up to the woman. She selects you. She decides if it's going down. She knows if it's going down from the time she first linked with you. And there's no way to fucking tell you that unless a female YouTuber comes on here and tells you. And then women is capped because there'll be a female YouTuber on here telling you all the right moves to do. And there's still going to be some women that's going to go, nah, that's not how it go. That's not how it go. They'll agree with her on her channel and comment and like. You'll see all the likes, all the subscribers and go, this must be the way to do it. And then you go to do it and it doesn't work. Then what? So nobody can give you the sure green light or cheat code on how this goes. It's called pay attention, do your homework, be your best form of you, confident on your purpose. And then you could just use that to know how to move. You know what I'm saying? If you on your purpose, you confident in a lot of things. No one's perfect. There's areas that we want to improve on. I hope that that's how you feel, that you want to improve. No matter how good you think you may have it, it can always be better. But for the most part, if you're mostly confident, then you can use that as fuel. Pay attention. Be on point. And then you can be able to tell if this is a go for you or not. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to play around and wonder if maybe or damn, or unsure of yourself, or be uncomfortable. The last thing you want to do is be uncomfortable in that situation. This is what you want. You know what I'm saying? As far as you being the aggressor in this whole, I'll give one last scenario before I get up out of here. Now, if she invites you wherever y'all are, whether you at your house or her house, if you initiate contact, you know, you do something humble. You know, you rub a leg. She doesn't stop you. You know, rub that leg for a minute. Rub it for a minute. Then you decide when you're going, you know, progress. If she stops you, you know, I joke with a few colleagues, you know, some will say that they're going to make at least 2 to 3 attempts on this, even if they stop you. Very few said they're not attempting again after the first stop. So you can try the one rub. If she stops you immediately, maybe that's a sign to not try again. If she lets it rock a little bit, then stops you, then you can probably try again if you want. I don't really want you to get to the point where she has to vocally say, nah. You don't want to get there. But some guys are hard-headed. Some is off the, you know, they had a few. But pay attention to the vibes as you do things. But in any event, if you're told to stop or it's not going there, you do not change your demeanor, fellas. You do not act like it's the end of the world. You don't act like you never got none. You don't act like a jerk. You have to keep the vibe going the same way throughout the entire thing, regardless if you're rejected or not. Show that, hey, you can't fault me for trying, but it don't mess up my world. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So just keep a level head with that. Vibes is everything. And that's all I really got for you on that. And you should be all right. All right? So I'm going to get up out of here. Till the next time. Everybody be safe. Stay healthy. Stay well. Welcome back, football. Welcome back. All right, I'll holla. Peace.